All about me, it was what I wanted.
Painkillers, heroin, meth.
Drowning myself in alcohol.
I was pretty far out there on drugs.
Cocaine was my thing.
I did pretty much all the drugs you can imagine.
I got arrested in 2010 for a residential burglary. I was incarcerated in Coweta County Jail. This particular moment in my life, I had never been to jail before.
I lost a close family member. A year later, I lost another one, and then a year later, I lost another one, and I was overwhelmed with life, and I chose to, basically, I was on a suicide mission without actually pulling the trigger, you know.
Felt like I couldn't do anything without drinking. I felt like I couldn't go to the bathroom without having my bottle next to me. I couldn't get any jobs done without having my bottle next to me.
Been doing ministry for quite some time, and I'd stay clean for years, going back. But it was something different about this time. It was just never been that low.
Physically, I was just trying not to get sick. Once I got bad on painkillers and heroin, I had to have drugs every single day or I would get very, very sick. So I was just, I had to commit a lot of crimes and stuff just to feed that habit.
When I went to Coweta County Jail, I tried everything that I could to get out. I tried to get bonded out, talk to friends. I couldn't get nobody would come to my aid.
I was doing everything other than putting a needle in my arm, but whether it be pain pills or alcohol or weed or meth, it was pretty much whatever I could get to alter my mind and numb my emotions.
I've lost relationships, lost money, I lost vehicles, just a lot of personal items.
The choices that I've made have cost me relationships, especially with my siblings, with my mother, trust, freedom. I've lost my freedom for 19 months. Lost my wife.
The most important thing I've lost is my daughter, and although there's a chance I can still be a part of her life in the future if I continue to do the right things and make the right decisions, the time that I've lost and the things that I've missed in her life, you can't replace those.
I was at my wit's end, in the middle of a 3-month relapse, and one day coming home from work, I guess I've been passing this box forever and never paid any attention. And this particular day, I saw one of the donation boxes on Lafayette Parkway, and it spoke volume.
As far as wanting to change, I didn't want to. When I heard about a better way, it was really just a way out of jail. It was a way out of the condition that I was at.
You really just learn how to be a better criminal in jail, and of course, I went for a little while. I got out. Shortly thereafter, I was back to using and back to my same old things again. And
I turned my parents' home into a place where stolen property was fenced and people just hung out to do drugs. There was just all manner of just crime and immoral behavior going on at the house, and they weren't happy about that.
My mommy introduced the thought of a Better Way Ministries. I actually had a buddy who was in the program, and my mom thought it was a good fit for me. I did my research and I thought the same.
And it's really something that my mom wanted me to do, because she loved the Lord, she loved Jesus, and she wanted me to have that too.
That book was floating around in the county jail, and I read it. I wanted to come then, but I chose to go to prison because I thought maybe the prison sentence would be lighter and easier.
I've wrecked a couple of vehicles. One of them I nearly died in the accident. I walked away without a scratch, but the truck was just completely crumpled up.
I came in with my hand raised, ready to lay down who I thought I was.
Relationships to me are a big importance, or a huge importance in my life. So I was saying before, I never really had a whole lot growing up. So the relationships that I do have now, I really cherish them to the fullest extent. And I will do anything and go through any lengths to bring and to regain any of them back.
Not being able to contact my loved ones, being gone from them for the amount of time, the first 3 months. I've never been that long without communication to my parents, my brothers.
We went to a revival where Jensen Franklin spoke, and he did an altar call, and I went up there for the altar call, and that was the first time in a very long time that I've actually felt the presence of God, and that was pretty cool.
I got in trouble again, and this time I chose to take a different approach to bettering my life. This is the first time I've ever been to any kind of treatment, so I really didn't have anything to lose. You know, I had everything to gain by coming here.
My family has always been supportive. Not to say that I'm deserving of it, but I thank God that my family has always been supportive. They've been there. They never turned their back on me.
My relationship with God now is amazing. I talk to Him daily, hourly, every minute now.
Yeah, God moves, especially when I'm doing one-on-one time with Him. But I really see God move when I look at other people. When I look at other people when they humble themselves, or during praise and worship, and guys who I've come to know before and after, before they wouldn't do that. And now I know that they are really putting their heart into it. The way they sing, the way they clap. Man, God is moving.
I believe there's a God out there that loves me. I'm still trying to see what that looks like. I'm still trying to figure out what exactly that means for me and how I want to live my life.
You know, I thought I could hide stuff from God. I thought I was that good. You know, I thought I could go in the darkest closets or the darkest holes and He wouldn't see me, but you don't realize how big God is until you start developing a relationship with Him.
I didn't do a whole lot of things on my own strength. You know, I trusted God and just fell in line and did what I was led to do, instead of going out trying to work in my own strength. And what I mean by that is, wasn't nothing strenuous, because I wasn't operating from here.
I'm excited to talk about where I come from and where I'm at now, and even where I'm headed. I'm excited to start this new journey with God being right here with me, and going to minister to others and let them know the great news.
He is a good Father, and that's who He is. And we are loved by Him, and that's who we are. And God, who is my provider, my source. God is my source, who gives me the breath that I wake up every morning with that I'm not promised to have. God is my everything.
Seems like all I could see was the struggle. Haunted by ghosts that lived in my past. Bound up in shackles of all my failures. out this prisoner and say to me, son, stop fighting a fight, it's already